2016, I was embarrassed, and now I'm kind of just used to all the pee drying on me. Do you know what I mean? In the urine bukkake film we're all in. Now it's all
Chris Nolan's urine bukkake.
That's an oft used trope, but I still love it. If someone of his stature just decided to make, like an Ernest movie, Ernest Goes to Space, just something like, but it's Christopher Nolan, so it's just incredible.
Yeah,
but you're just like, what the fuck?
Paul Thomas Anderson's The Reluctant Astronaut.
Welcome to Tank Top Talks with Matt Braunger. I'm your host, Matt Braunger. Tank tops are ridiculous, but they feel good, and the only reason they feel good is because they're ridiculous. Dana Gould, my old friend. Let's talk about your tank.
I'm not saying this is the first time I've ever worn a tank top. I am saying I have no memory of wearing one prior to this.
Yep.
Why? Because I don't want to flaunt the guns.
Nice.
To these people.
Yeah, hey, don't hurt them.
Yeah,
put those away.
I'm at the point where I'm
Put
like, lather,
down.
rinse, repeat. With these arms?
But my shoulders.
Ow!
Dude, fire walk with me, tank?
That's a Twin Peaks tank. You can imply it's Fire Walk with Me.
Sorry,
That's the prequel. Yeah, I've been on since Mr. Lynch went to the Great Beyond. I've been kind of obsessed with giant rewatch of everything, and it was the wrong guy to go at the wrong time.
Absolutely. And I should say, to give you a plug, if you don't listen to Dana Gould's podcast, you should. It's one of my favorites. It's in my top 10.
Too kind.
And you did a multi-segmented thing on his work.
I did, yeah.
I knew a lot, less than most, but there's so much that I learned from that. It was like fascinating. I didn't know him, but I've been in his company several times because I was a part of the foundation and I meditate, and I've seen him speak several times. He was really funny. Wow.
He was genuinely funny, and he just did, for better or worse, he did what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
And the idea of doing something that he didn't want to do is like, no.
I love that. Yeah, and I try not to be too much of the thing I was as a youth. I think we all are, which like, I will never compromise.
Yeah.
But I kind of like that he's just like, I just don't have the energy. And
it's
I
good.
Like, even him talking about ayahuasca, it was like, many of my friends I'm doing a terrible David Lynch, but they've decided to stop drinking, but I just love red wine so much. I wouldn't. It's just so honest.
Yeah. No, it's true. I mean, it's good if you're already a multimillionaire who's been nominated for Best Director before you decide to just do whatever you want. But there's a great story about when Mark Frost and Lynch went into ABC to pitch Twin Peaks, and they gave them the pilot, and the executive, they picked it up, and then the executive reached into his pocket and took out a buck slip and said, if you're interested, we have some notes. And David went, no. He's like, why?
I gave it a shot.
Yeah.
I tried.
But he was a painter. He approached it like painting. And it's like, well, this will make it better. I don't, it's like that was Carlin's attitude towards stand-up. It's like, he didn't want, I have an idea for a joke. I would never say that to him in a million years, but he was like, no, I'm a painter. It's like, let me do the church. You do everything. You do the rest of the landscape, and I'll paint the church. No, this is mine.
Yeah.
I understand that.
That's great.
Yeah.
The only time I've had a lot of times I've worked with someone, I kind of geek out inside.
Sure. Yeah, of course.
I don't barf it. I don't make them uncomfortable, but I was on Carol's second act, this sitcom with Patricia Heaton, and Kyle MacLachlan was the lead surgeon, and just being around him, I think I only worked a day. I was just like, I played a patient, and he and I were just sitting in between takes in the thing, and he kind of was play, how are you? Lovely guy. But in my head, it's just everything's going through, and it probably went, number 1, tell me about David Lynch. Number 2, what was it like shooting Blue Velvet? Number 3, talk about Twin Peaks. Give me something. But it was.
Did you ever get any of those out?
No. After we wrapped, we all had drank some of his sparkling wine. He had his own vineyard, in his dressing room, and then we all parted ways. And he was a nice guy, but it was funny that we all have different ones.
Mm-hmm. He would be that for me for sure.
I played but I mean, we all have different ones for these different people. Like there are people who would like you for one thing and someone like you for another thing, and then for me too, or any other entertainer, multi-level. But long story long, I think a phrase I took from you, long story long, is I was in the bed and they're all kind of looking at this skin rash I have, and it's a joke or something like that. And Kyle keeps fucking his line up, and Patricia Heaton goes, "Kyle, come on, you're in Dune, you can do this." Like, and we're all like, and it's like, I wouldn't have picked Dune, but yeah. He was.
I was in a hospital bed in the show Mob City, where my character got shot. And they had this woman, she was like a German woman. She was the medical advisor, but the show was set in 1947. So she was a medical advisor for medicine in 1947. And she was
leeches.
She was thrown by my leg hair. Like, I don't think my legs are excessively hairy, but she was like, I've never, because they had to like put something on my leg and she'd just never seen.
Really?
Yeah. It was like I was
weird.
Like I was a chimp or something.
She'd never work with Robin Williams.
No. Yeah.
The hairiest man in showbiz.
Someone said, Jeff Cesario used to tell this joke about he's so hairy when he goes to the beach. People say, "Who called a cab?" Yeah, no, I've had those feelings when you're working with people. I spent 2 days basically killing time with Jack Lemmon and James Garner.
Dude, your story about,
and that's just like for a movie called My Fellow Americans. And I was very, very grateful that I was old enough to know to not say anything.
Yeah.
Until invited in. But we're just in holding together and they're killing time.
Sure.
And it was early in the morning of the second day where they clearly it was just like they were either bored or I'd proven that I was not a lunatic.
I think we also, being stand-ups, have because, let's be honest, our audiences are typically intoxicated.
Sure.
And so if someone really likes you, they've already had a few after the show, they want to shake your hand, they want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And then they might follow you to your car.
Sure, yeah.
That's happened to me.
If I kill you, do I become you?
And they joke about, they'll make jokes. Hey, I know I probably look psycho, but can I just have to say? And it's like, it's so flattering, but it's also like you're in your head going, you got to walk away, man. We have to say goodbye now.
You have to know where this relationship ends.
I've shook your hand 5 times. I really appreciate that you like my joke.
My fear is being that person always.
Yeah. You don't want to bug them.
Yeah, I don't look away.
Mm-hmm. And also don't do the thing where you just, which I've gotten to, where you try to neg them to try to make them like you or something.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, this guy always bragging about being in Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, now you're a dick.
Yeah. I'll never, what broke it was James Garner was telling a story about being in Bruce Lee's dojo.
Yeah, that's right.
And he goes, and they were just like, you know about Bruce Lee? I was like, oh yeah. And that was it. That was like, about, and he was, well, I'll tell you, he had this guy, he put him down.
Yeah.
I'm actually doing Andy Griffith, but it's sort of James. Well, it's very Jim Garner.
That was the school of that he, like him, John Wayne. They all talked so slow.
Yep. That weird twang. Twang.
Nowhere important to be.
Yep. Yeah. Barn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I have to introduce my tank. I am wearing the Stars and Stripes. This is a knockaround one I typically wear on the 4th of July. You and I are ardently patriotic men, especially right now with what the country's going through, which is a resurgence of goodness.
Yeah, exactly. We're our best selves.
That's what we all have been working towards.
Yeah. We're going to turn this country into what it once was, a barren wasteland ruled by thunder lizards.
2016, I was embarrassed, and now I'm kind of just used to all the pee drying on me. Do you know what I mean? In the urine bukkake film we're all in. Now it's all
Chris Nolan's urine bukkake.
Chris Nolan directed urine bukkake.
Yeah,
that's an oft used trope, but I still love it. If someone of his stature, you could say for any kind of artistic field, just decided to make like an Ernest movie, Ernest Goes to Space, just something like, but it's Christopher Nolan, so it's just incredible.
Yeah,
but you're just like, what the fuck? Still with the corny jokes, knocking on the window.
Hey, Paul Thomas Anderson's The Reluctant Astronaut. Yeah. I'm just punch drunk, and I just wake up every morning now. I was like,
Yeah.
sure, what do you got? Boom.
Yeah.
Great. Boom.
I was listening. We talked about this on your podcast, but the fact that it is conflict entrepreneurs making money off us the more we fight makes me kind of go, oh, I shouldn't fight with myself so much.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm like the end of Rocky. You never knock me down.
Yeah. You beat the shit out of my face.
You never knock me down.
Yeah, Jake LaMotta talking
Wake
shit.
up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Still gonna be there.
Yeah. And there's things you can focus on and things you just cannot fucking change right now. Things that will wake you. Last night I woke up middle of the night thinking about, I won't even say what.
Yeah.
There'll be a new thing.
Yeah. Oh, by
when
the
this
time,
episode airs, there'll be a new thing from the thing I'm thinking about now.
And that's all intentional.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's intentional to wear you down.
Absolutely.
You just got to keep enjoy do what you do, enjoy what you enjoy. And
yeah. And it's fun having daughters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who couldn't give a living fuck what you think.
My oldest is 23, and I feel bad that this is her view of what the country is. You know, it's like, but she remembers Obama. I was like, it was good.
Sure.
Yeah.
And even, I got some serious problems with that guy too.
Of course. But there's no one perfect. They're all,
and I'm certainly splitting hairs here.
Yeah.
But I feel like
functional adults.
Yeah.
All of them functional adults.
I was with some comics recently, and there's one guy who it was everything. It was me, him, and a younger female comic, and I didn't really know her that well. This guy and I went back with a little bit, but we're not really. I'd say we're friends, but we don't. I never see him. He lives in New York. I live in LA. But just everything he said was a downer. Everything he said was like, well, it's all gonna work out, right? Huh? Like this kind of wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Fuck you, fuck me.
Right.
And I'm not saying be Johnny Positive all the time, but he got.
Did he have kids?
No.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He got up to the table, and she was just like, "Hey, he's a lot," and I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
And I feel like, especially even with all the shit going on against women, and we get into, I feel like women and younger women right now are kind of the ones finding the things and being the funniest about it.
Sure. Well, that's the great thing about being an oppressed people. That's why the Irish wrote so many good books.
Form called the blues was formed. You see.
I wonder now that everyone's on serotonin uptake inhibitors, how is there still blues music?
Yeah. It's hard.
I'm responsible for my own emotional well-being.
What's that bar in North Beach? Saloon?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking love that place. I went in there. If you've never been, go. It's in San Francisco. They have a blues band every day and every night, and it just looks like a bomb hit it, but they're just still drinking. There's no one in there a hair younger than 40.
Yep.
And
professional drinkers.
And I remember being in there during there used to be a comedy festival in San Francisco called the Burrito Fest. And it was mostly in like the Mission and the Castro and stuff. So but we were bouncing around the town drinking all day, me and some people, and this younger male comic, very handsome, definitely somewhat of a pickup artist. We went in there and he was just like, he's really getting frustrated. And I'm like, what, man, aren't you having fun? And he's like, there's no chicks. And there were. They're all the age of our mothers.
Yeah. They're all in safari jackets and bouffant haircuts.
Yeah, and it was so.
They got something to prove.
Do you always need to try to be fucking?
Yeah.
Always?
Yeah. That's a lot of work.
Enjoy yourself. Oh
yeah.
Even in my flagrantly single days trying to get laid, I'd reach a point and be like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm just going to drink and enjoy myself and hang out with people. And
yeah. Everyone fantasizes about being with two girls at once. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of responsibility.
A lot of attention.
A lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily want.
My big thing with it, especially when you get to 4, 5, or 6 women at once, is when do you talk and when don't you? That's the wall I'll hit.
Yeah. And that's a lot of times to be wrong in one day.
Yes. And to let... you have to accept letting a lot of people down.
Well, I've accepted
That's me
that.
with one.
I accepted that a long time ago. I'm doing pretty good about that. The weird story about this shirt is there was a day, I was a big Twin Peaks fan, big Lynch fan, still am. And one day back in the early aughts, I was working at the Simpsons television cartoon show. And I came home from work and I walked in my house and there was my wife, our neighbor, and Cheryl Lee sitting at our kitchen table.
What? Wow.
And I had like the Secret Diary of Laura Palmer book and a couple of like in the other room. And it was just like one of those. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Got to be cool. And like, please don't walk in the other room and see books with your face on it because you'll think I'm a creep.
Yeah. No, she'd probably be. Like,
I guess. Yeah. So I try to be.
Depends on what you're doing with the book.
Sure. Well,
you know what I mean? If it's glued shut with your sperm, then yes. Can you sign this? Oh, I can't.
Someone had a squirt gun full of tartar sauce and used that as
that wasn't what you think.
Yeah. Yeah. Is this glazed?
That's
but she was our neighbor's friend and they literally just came over that. It was very bizarre. It was very bizarre.
The most surreal experience I had like that was with Ben Wise, and who did the theme song to Tank Top Talks, and Dave Holmes, who's been a guest on Tank Top Talks, and they were on vacation in Palm Springs, and so were my wife and a friend of ours in from Portland, and we went over to their house and we were just like having drinks by the pool and grilling. And I started talking about, we were talking about the reboot of Sherlock Holmes.
Sure. With Benedict Cumberbatch?
Yeah.
Or Robert Downey Jr.
And how, no, with
the good one.
The good one, yes. and then just started talking about, I'm at the pool with a few people talking about how, God, the guy, that Moriarty was incredible. And I realized I'm looking at Andrew Scott right there. He's just right there in the pool with us. And I'm like, I mean, you. And it was this funny moment where all
was
just
he
like
with
laughing.
You or
he was with Dave and Ben. They had maybe 3 guests.
Whoa.
And everybody was just up to their waist in the pool.
That's
talking.
Amazing.
And it was this.
But he was cool about it?
He's a sweetheart. He's the nicest guy. This is before like Hot Priest.
Sure. Yeah.
And everything. But it's like one of those guys where you're like, oh, I do that thing where I work with people or I'm around people and go, oh, you're a real actor. You're one of those real
I've
ones.
done that before.
Like,
Yeah.
I have
a
fucking degree in acting. Still,
yeah. No, I know.
Like, wait.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah. It's so funny you say you're a real actor. The scene in Mob City where I had my chimp legs out, it had to be a very emotional scene because I was realizing whatever my character was going through a change in his life because of injuries. And I was working with Jeff DeMunn, if you know Jeff DeMunn. If you saw his face, you go, oh yeah, that guy. Okay. He was the guy in The Walking Dead that wore the bucket hat all the time, the old guy in The Walking Dead.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And then he went from that to Mob City because it was Frank Darabont.
Okay, right.
And my scene is to him. And I was worried that I didn't have it. And when it was done, he went, best compliment I ever got.
Yeah.
Ever got. He went, well, what do you know? You had it in you the whole time. It was perfect.
That's great.
Yeah, because I said before we showed, I said, God, I hope I don't suck.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
No, he was great. He was very, 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 that was the best one.
Yeah. Well, but also having you work with those people who don't really work on their stuff and don't worry. And you're like,
yeah,
oh boy. That's the line.
I have been in scenes where I have locked eyes with both Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara, and it's a terrible feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so sorry you're acting with me. You deserve so much better.
I'm not talking about you.
No, but that's how you feel. Like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah. You had higher hopes for yourself, didn't you? Yeah. Well, here you are.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Here you are.
Yeah.
It's a weird, it's weird. I don't know if you ever lose that. Kevin Pollak was telling me that when he did the table read for A Few Good Men, he was sitting next to Jack Nicholson, and Jack Nicholson was like, I didn't read this enough. I didn't prepare enough. I didn't prepare enough. You're still.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Never goes away.
Never goes away.
Scoot McNairy's a buddy of mine. I feel like we're playing like name drop cards here. But like he was in Killing Them Softly with Brad Pitt, and his first scene he shot, and that was his big thing he booked.
Yeah.
He's done a ton since, but it was just him, and he fuck the lineup, and like Brad Pitt's like, "Don't be nervous."
Oh,
like,
that's
with him.
that's
like, let's have fun. And it was like a serious, it's like a mob movie.
Oh God!
But it was so funny that he was like, sounds very braggy, but it's kind of like he could tell this guy was like, not even just that it's him. It's just like, oh, this is a fucking prestige piece,
right? Yeah, I've got I got to work.
Yeah. You made America's handsome boy like a super scary guy.
Yeah. Somebody was telling me, gosh, it was a big movie like that. And it might have even been Brad Pitt. And this person was an extra. And he stepped on a tablecloth and brought everything off the table. And like every eye looked at him. And they went, and started the applause.
Oh yeah,
you got to do it.
Nightmare.
Yeah, like, well, I'll kill myself now.
Yeah, it's the hark the cannons roar story.
No, I don't know that.
There's an actor in an old period piece.
Right.
These cannons they're supposed to boom, and it's supposed to say he has one line the whole movie. It's a big one.
Sure.
It's something like Ben-Hur. It's something enormous, and he's hark the cannons roar. That's it. We get the thing, and it's just like the buildup and all the ammunitions and shit. And it's waiting. All right, we got to change the lighting, all this stuff. And this guy's just like losing his shit. Like, when do I say my line? And then it's like, roll sound, action. The fuck was that? It's like, I'm so surprised you've never heard that. And I think he got immediately fired.
Oh, sure.
It was like his thing. It was like one of those, from Cecil B. DeMille days where it was like, holy shit, who fucked that tape? That was $100,000.
Yeah, no.
$1 billion in today's money.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. Oh God, that's just the worst. Lorraine Newman told me a story that Christopher Lee told her, because Lorraine's a monster nerd.
Yeah,
which is so amazing. And she lobbied Lorne Michaels to get Christopher Lee to host Saturday Night Live.
Wow.
In
I never even knew he did.
Yeah, like 77, 78, the Halloween episode. And Christopher Lee was just like telling some story, and he goes, so it was the Royal Shakespeare Company, and the actor entered, and as he walked onto the stage, released this enormous fart. And my line to him was, is that the best you've got? I know. But I love these guys, people that refer to any movie as a show. That was a good show.
It's a good show.
Because they just do it. Mm-hmm. They just do it.
Yeah. I worked with Kurtwood Smith.
Mm-hmm. Sure, yeah.
Smith, Clarence.
Right.
To me, top 5 movie villains of all time.
Right.
RoboCop. But he had this story. He's like, I was in Star Trek or some movie, and I'm the galactic head of some bullshit. And I'm behind this podium, and they shoot at me, and William Shatner tackles me, and he just saves my life. But the first shot I'm on, they lay on the ground, and they have Bill lay on me, and then you saved my life. I got to start first shot. This guy laying between my legs.
Star Trek 6.
We're just talking about, telling this weird fucking story.
Yeah.
Some bullshit. It's just a gig.
Yeah.
It's just a gig.
Like, they're here. Yeah. They're just here to, picking up a check.
Yeah. Campbell from
Bruce?
Yes. His thing of calling himself a ham and egg.
I'm a ham and egger. I'm a method actor. Learn as you go.
Yeah. It's like
he's the greatest.
I'm not going to kill myself. I'm going to work really hard on this, but I'm not going to live as this guy.
No, I did a movie with Bruce, and that was I was so comfortable. He made you so comfortable. Like, because he's one of those guys that a lot of times he's just like, a guy in this cast, and people are like, oh yeah, you did a horror movie. But then he also knows that to some people he's God. Like to fanboys.
Oh yeah.
He's a deity.
Yeah.
And like for me, it was just like, he could tell right away. He's like, hey, genius. He was out of his. Yeah, I can't say enough good about him.
No, and when you look at Evil Dead and how they just went out into the woods and found this cabin, and it's an impossible thing.
His performance in Evil Dead 2 is amazing.
So good.
It's an amazing performance.
Yeah.
A really underrated, great performance.
Yeah, there are those performances you watch and you go, that should have been up for an Oscar.
Yeah.
But it could
It's a
never
comedy
be.
horror movie, never
never
happened.
be.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I agree completely. It's
Mhm.
like, no, that's amazing what you just, the
Yeah.
scene with the dishes and like, he's a brilliant physical comedian and
To realistically do a thing of your own
hand attacking
trying to
you.
kill you.
Yeah. No, that's
That's really
not easy.
no.
Yeah.
Hard to make that look. You do that with any level of stakes, where it's like someone's watching, like, I don't care. He's doing it with his own hand.
He's sawing off his own hand, going, "Who's laughing now?"
Oh my God.
So great.
Yeah.
So great.
Yeah.
So great.
I don't think kids these days will have that level of that amount of your mind blown watching something like that on a VHS tape.
Sure.
And just going like, this
Yeah, I don't know where, is anything like the substance, like after you've seen the substance,
yeah.
I don't know where you go.
Right.
Like what else is there?
Well, and it's not even just
And I would say that in a negative way. I was just like, they really did an
I don't
amazing
just mean
job.
stuff that's shocking. I mean stuff that's like, the substance is great, but like something that's really well known, excuse me, not well known, really well done, and also bonkers.
Right.
Just fucking, I remember watching Evil Dead 2 and it was just like, I don't even believe it. This is, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's really, really fucked up. It's really gory and really scary, but it's also really funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really funny. I'm like, those moments of like, is it okay if I laugh at this
Sure.
part?
Sure. It's a Three Stooges movie.
Yeah, it is.
with gore instead of with gore instead of
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, no, it's really it's amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know if you could do that at all anymore. I don't know. I guess you can. It's
Well, I mean,
you know.
there's always someone coming out of a left field doing something you didn't expect.
Yeah. It's always amazing. It's still lovely to be surprised. Like we talked when we were on the other about like movies like Presents and stuff, where you just see a movie that you didn't expect.
Yeah.
Like,
I love that.
that it was just like, oh my God, this is so great. A kind of a big movie that just astonished me 2 years ago was Godzilla -1. I was like, how is one of the best movies of the year a Godzilla movie?
Yeah. Well,
It is.
we love in this country to talk about World War II, but we don't talk about the detritus.
Yeah.
We don't talk about what was left for
Turns out
countries.
you drop a couple atomic bombs on a country, it messes with their culture.
It's hard to keep a family together in a pile of twigs that used to be your house.
Radioactive twigs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very hard.
Yeah.
Very hard. Yeah. I remember going to, I was lucky enough to go to Japan when I was 11.
Oh, wow.
We went to Hiroshima. And that was, it was like, I learned.
All right, kids, you've been bugging me for a year. Here we are, Hiroshima.
Have you not been to the theme park? It's a joy. Very fun. Great sense of humor. No, it's just this place that is literally dedicated to peace.
Uh-huh.
All this stuff and even as a lunk-headed 11-year-old 6th grader, I was like, wow. This thing of the harm,
sure,
but it's about the rebuilding.
Have you been to Berlin?
Never.
Yeah,
I'm dying to
the
go
Holocaust Memorial in Berlin is. I hope I live long enough for us to get there.
Yeah, I mean we have.
Not that I'm comparing the Holocaust to anything.
Yeah, well, we talked about this on your podcast too. The remembrance.
Yeah,
how the remembrance to me makes a nation stronger,
mm-hmm.
knowing what it did,
and to be
and not being like, this is you did this. Feel ashamed.
But that's an adult.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't want to be too topical, but
no,
if you saw the head of the Defense Department speech yesterday, it's like, you're 13 years old. You're 13.
On the positive, though, I heard a lot of people calling him Pete Kegsbreath, and I'd never heard that. That's
purportedly.
Yeah.
The generals referred to the two of them as Fat Man and Little Boy, which I think is just like,
well, because they both bombed.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. I was just like, I do like that these are generals. They're like, we're going to be here when you're gone.
I mean, I don't know a lot of people who are like, oh, my cousin, uncle, friend, whatever, has been in the military for 30 years. Real fuck around guy. Guy's he's always dicking off. Yeah. This guy, he's always asleep on the couch masturbating, ripping bong loads, does nothing for anyone else.
Yeah, I know.
They're the no bullshitters.
They're actual men.
Well, it's like I feel like they're yes, but it's also there's gradations of what makes if you can believe it. Both of these are examples of real men.
Mm-hmm.
Quite frankly.
Yeah. If you don't believe masculinity is a spectrum, check this out.
And I do. But I will say it's this thing of that their highest compliment is outstanding.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
You
stand out amongst all these people.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And it's like you have to build to that. Their thing is all about achievement and about the hardest thing in the world, maintaining.
Right. And again, not to go down this parallel, but this path, the President of the United States entire thing is branding, and you just say it and it becomes real.
Sure.
And so he's just like, this is what we're saying now. And they're the polar opposite of that. And they're like,
no.
Yeah, no.
We've tried
silent
things.
Crickets.
Nope.
Crickets.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah. And it's kind of like that thing that great advice when someone says something to you like at work that is blatantly offensive or an insult or whatever. Just give it a second and stare at them.
Yeah.
And then, what did you say? Not even a conversation. It's like, you want to repeat that or?
Yeah.
And then they can either double down
Yeah.
on being a cock or.
Yeah. Which is. Yeah.
So it was that thing of like, I'm just, all right. You don't warrant a response.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know where you're going with this, but go on.
Yeah.
It was kind of great.
Yeah. And it's now, we have a billion takes on all these things that are happening here and there. But I text with a friend of mine who does, as he puts it in his own words, jokingly, but he's honest. He doesn't really believe in the better angels of human beings.
Well, he's got a good argument.
He does. Absolutely. I kind of do.
Not
being a Pollyanna, I really refuse to kind of just go down that.
It's the the arc of the universe is long, but it bends towards justice, and it does.
Yeah.
If you look at the world, it does.
Yeah.
But it's the two sort of hackneyed dogma or hackneyed expressions that apply now is, and I don't know who said the arc of the universe is long, but bend towards justice.
I think it was Martin Luther King
Might
Jr.
have been someone smarter than I. And then Churchill's, which is you can always count on Americans to do the right thing after they've exhausted every other possibility. And that's where we are now. Let's try everything first.
Sure. Yeah. And, take nationalities completely out of it. I think I think I've talked about this, but I have a friend who's a labor organizer, and I was like, how do you stay positive? And he's like, well, because everyone wants the same thing. We just have different words for it.
No, that's interesting.
So it's really kind of get through the chaff and the bullshit.
That's interesting.
Find the wheat. And then, the chaff, the chaff.
Chaff.
Yeah. So, but
don't ever say chaff to me.
A man named Chaff killed my dad. So you often talk about how you're very proud of your familiar roots in Boston.
Yeah. Proud?
No, but
I came out of Boston.
I was just there this past weekend around your alma mater, UMass.
Yeah.
Yep. I was there.
The brutalist heart of Western Massachusetts.
Which one is that named? Which Scooby-Doo character is UMass? On the
I don't know.
Supposedly all the Western.
Oh, right. I don't know.
Amherst is Fred. Velma is Smith.
Oh, then Shaggy has to be UMass.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
It's either Shaggy or Scooby. What's the other party school?
Well, there's I don't know Northampton, but that's not really
maybe. Well, I
Mount
know,
Holyoke is
Mount Holyoke is
Velma
is what's the red-haired?
Oh, Daphne.
Daphne, yes.
But the other thing about Scooby-Doo, now we're really going down, it's every character from Dobie Gillis plus Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
It's just like, if you look at Scooby-Doo, it's like, I mean, if you look at Maynard G. Krebs and Dobie Gillis, it's Fred and Shaggy.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
They just like, it's just, I mean, I work hard as a writer to come up with stuff that's.
Yeah.
And then you just look at the Flintstones.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, what if we just put the honeymooners in Tarzan suits?
Times.
Yeah, it's like.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That took balls.
Yeah, you're thinking too hard. Man.
Yeah, thinking way too hard.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. ER with Jaws in it.
Go. C, and there's Great White Circling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like,
but do Jaws the Revenge with Michael Caine. Do that one.
Yeah, right.
It is.
It's just there are things like I know I could go in Vampire High School.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Wait, I like have a whole bit about how we need to abandon IP, but embrace the '80s ethos of make literally anything. Because like, you know how Miami Vice was pitched and sold. A guy wrote MTV Cops on a bar napkin and sent it to an executive, like a writer. MTV Cops. I'll give you $5 million.
No, it is, it is amazing. I know a friend, a guy that made a lot of money, just X in a high school, First Wives Club in a high school, Rollerball in a high school.
Wow,
and these movies got made.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. What was it? What was the name? First Wives Club in a high school got made.
And there's a genius to that. Because we all kind
cynical genius.
But we all kind of lived in our minds in high school, in a sense, forever. At least most people I know, musically, the music you listen to.
Yeah. See, we also talked about this. You did it we did it at the same year, but you were in high school and I had just moved to Los Angeles. That period of our lives where we sort of codified.
Yeah.
I was a non-entity in high school.
Oh, okay.
I was completely nothing.
Okay.
I had to get away. And when I moved to Los Angeles in 1989 to 1992.
Yeah, that was my high school.
Was where I kind of went like, this is who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all the music, the way I dress, it's all the same. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a magical time.
Yeah, it was. It was before the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Before cell phones, before the internet.
Yep. Everyone talked on landlines, or they just didn't talk.
Yeah, we had answering machines.
Uh-huh.
We had funny outgoing answering machine messages.
We made plans.
Yeah.
We met places.
Yeah.
It was
really
no way to text on the way and say, I can't come.
Didn't come. Yeah, we had to go someplace in Los Angeles. Every car had a thing called a Thomas guide.
Yeah,
you'd have to look.
I had that. One of my first jobs was as a PA, and I had the Thomas guide in my car. Because they didn't have GPS. I think GPS was like maybe 2 years after I moved here.
Had the club.
Yeah. I had that in my Honda Civic that no one would ever steal.
I had a Honda Civic.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Quality vehicle.
Hatchback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those things moved.
Yeah. And they last forever.
Yeah.
You can take it up to 200,000 miles.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's just a different time. But no, we do. Yeah, everybody has that period of life where you kind of codify.
Yeah.
And then you either finally remember it or get stuck in it like Uncle Rico.
I didn't get stuck in it, but I went back, as I talked about with you, with going back for the 100-year anniversary of the Performing Arts department there.
Right.
And before the show, I walked around the school because they'd done all these renovations to all the public schools in Portland. It's been going on for like 20 years. It'll be like, all right, this school goes to this. All the students at this school are combined with this school. So like, everyone at Grant will go to like Lincoln for these 2 years while we renovate Grant. And Grant got finished a couple years ago. So I was like, I want to see it. And I walked around and my heart kind of sank because though they updated it, the auditorium looks better. They have, padded seats. In my day, it was just hardwood where you're sitting through a fucking High School Musical like my ass. The big thing, at least my takeaway, someone could tell me I'm wrong, was that there's no hallway and doors anymore. And the little window above the door, there's hallway of glass. So you can see into every classroom. Guess why? Because these days, just in case. And it just makes it feel like a
I would think the other way would be safer.
Well, I don't know. That's my guess. Someone could be like, no, that's not why.
Yeah.
It's this, but that's the vibe I got. I didn't have the heart to ask anyone why.
Oh, yeah.
It seemed obvious to me, but it made it feel like a shitty tech office where you go to like.
Yeah, no, the school that my kids went to here in Los Angeles, a place called the Center for Early Education, was like it started in the early 70s. It was a Jungian sort of experiment and it was great. It just looked like a big school.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did a ginormous $1 billion renovation.
Right.
And now it looks like the Hong Kong airport.
Yeah. I love
And I find it cold and impersonal and antiseptic. And
yeah, they're almost done with a wing of my kid's grade school. But I love the main building of her grade school because it looks like my grade school.
Yeah.
It's got all the
there was
knockabout, thing.
Yeah. There was a Whole Foods in the valley that I used to go to on Riverside and Coldwater. And it used to be Mrs. Gooch's health food store. Then it was Whole Foods. And it looked like a country store.
Yeah.
Pumpkins and I love shopping there. It felt like a country store.
Yeah.
And then Amazon turned it into like one of the self-dealing markets where no one works there. It just senses what you pick up when you take it off the shelf. And they redesigned it to look like the infirmary of a cruise ship. It's just this cold, white, gross. I walked in once. I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Hey, you ruined it. It's ruined.
Yeah. Yeah. It does.
Yeah.
It all that modulation and quote unquote innovation. It kind of obviously it's cold. Obviously it takes away jobs, but it also just the vibe sucks.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand the whole like the self-checkout thing. There's no job worse than the human being that has to help you self-checkout.
Yeah, and they always do.
But it's like this was the help. Let me help you put me out of a job. I don't understand it.
Somebody had they made a TikTok about that. But I just did the self checkout and they won't let me in the employee area. This is bullshit.
Yeah, I often wanted to go
hang out. I want a cup of coffee.
Do you want to self check? No, I don't work here. That would be terrible. I'd be taking.
Yeah.
What do they think the people who don't have jobs are going to do?
Yeah,
somebody in the world needs to have the money to buy the thing that you make.
Right. And also we know boomers will never die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just around forever. They will be going to these grocery stores and they will need help every time. And they're going to slow down the line for self-checkout.
This is
I'm waiting in line to do your job.
This is literally my approach to business. And I am wrong in this approach.
Okay.
What if you didn't make all the money?
Oh, of course.
What if you made some?
What if you parsed a little bit off?
Yeah, and other people made some money.
For more employees.
Yeah.
And also, those employees could have human decency.
Yeah.
How about this?
What if you did
this much off?
No, and people just don't understand it.
Yeah.
It's like it's...
Well, I mean, it's...
The only audience worth pursuing is everyone.
We're getting into a beautiful moment of late-stage capitalism right now, you and I.
Yeah.
And it's perfect. Because the thing that hit me the hardest, not even in terms of the right, the wrong, obviously wrong, but like the killing of that insurance executive,
right?
And everything was that the biggest takeaway for most people on every level of the political spectrum and age group was, well, I'm surprised this hasn't happened a lot more by now.
Mm-hmm.
Not even going,
make
it happen more, or please let this stop. Just all of us going, yeah, it's fucking flagrant how bad it is, how bad we're treated by the people that are wresting control of all resources and money and power. It's just, one thing we've learned. What's the William Burroughs line? No man truly owns life, but any idiot that can pick up a frying pan owns death.
Wow, I don't know that quote. What a great quote!
It's so good. It's one of those ones I read as a child. It was like, oh my god. Yeah. Frying pan murder.
Interesting that a guy that literally shot his wife waxes eloquent about
William
frying pans.
Who then turns out he was gay. You're like, oh, God.
Turns out he should have thrown a frying pan.
Frying pan. Just hit her in the shoulder. That'd be someone should put that in a movie. What game we play? Frying pan William Tell.
It's funny. A movie that's playing here in LA tonight, Ed Wood. Where she throws the frying pan and hits him in the head.
So good.
They're like, no, he'd be in the hospital. He would not have an ice pack over his head. That would have cracked his skull open.
The ones you used to fry chicken. Yeah. So much.
That would have cracked
heavy iron ore.
That would have cracked his skull like a melon.
He would have dropped.
Yeah.
I mean, throwback to when us talking about how, things were different then. When I was in grade school, my friend Eli fell off the monkey bars and landed on the cement because we didn't have those padded playgrounds like that now. And I like the padded ones better. Don't that parent who's like toughen him up.
Yeah.
But he landed on his back. And we were trying to wake him up, and we couldn't wake him up. And we were just standing around going, "Who's going to tell his mom he's dead?" And then he came to life.
Wow!
He knocked himself out.
Sure, yeah.
For like a minute, a long time.
Yeah, that's a good stretch.
A long time where it's a frying pan to the head. You're lucky. All you got is a concussion. You're knocked out.
Yeah. Turns out a lot of the Stooges stuff, if you did it to somebody, you'd go to prison.
Well, and you said that on your show, which I didn't know. They all died of. What's the
maladies related to repetitive brain injury at the hands of Mo?
Yeah,
Mo he dropped them all. Yeah, there was strokes. There was a lot of strokes, and there was a lot of just stuff caused by repetitive.
Pull your punches,
because
Mo.
not in the features, but
vaudeville.
In vaudeville, because he had to not only hit him, you had to hear it in the back of the room.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, there is a legitimate argument that Mo killed every Stooge.
Fuck. Well, it's like Buster Keaton got his name because they were a vaudeville family, and his dad would throw him down a flight of stairs as a child. God. Buster, like he was busting.
These people had hard lives.
Fuck, man.
It's so funny because a lot of those people, when they talk about the 50s, bring back the 50s. If America was better in the 50s. Look at the corporate
days of CTE when you're 30.
Also, the corporate tax rate in the 50s.
Yeah. Made everything nice.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, things were nice.
Now in the 50s here.
Yeah, things were nice in the 50s. We had public schools that were funded.
Trains that worked.
Yeah.
That were everywhere.
Yeah. It's like, even go back to the 70s, and it's, here it is. The average CEO, I think in the 1970s, made 20 times the average employee. Now it's 300.
Yeah.
Why isn't that more known? Because those people own the media companies and they don't like to feature that story.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I can't tell you the amount of like sources and a few podcasts that I really enjoyed that I'm like, I can't listen to this fucking bullshit both sidingism. I can't.
Yeah. And it's also like, well, it's conspiracy. No, it's not a conspiracy. This is just a thing that happened.
Yeah. This is soft propaganda.
Yeah. And it's the Carlin thing of like, no, they don't meet in secret at night in a room. They all go to the same schools, the same churches, the same organizations. They all have the same goal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's not even like
it's like, it's not a conspiracy when guys go to a club that they're going to try to get laid. They all walk into the club wanting the same thing.
Yeah.
That's why women go to the bathroom in pairs. So they can be, literally the term is unmolested as they go in.
Wow, yeah.
It's like,
yeah. And everyone working on all the way down the pyramid kind of knows the score.
Yeah.
I know how to keep my job.
Yeah. There's not a conspiracy. It's just human nature.
Mm-hmm. I have to kind of massage this headline.
Yeah, you kind of work it. Yeah.
Or drop it kind of thing.
Yeah, no, it's and I just keep thinking about.
Oh, we're both going to get killed.
Oh yeah, we're not going to live to the end of this week.
We're going to find out from Max when this airs, and then make our
I mean, we've been through witch burnings and Civil War. We've been in horrible, horrible places before, and I think I'm interested to see what will. I think we'll have a time when things get better, but I do feel like we're at a period where something is going to break.
Yeah, I feel like
in a big way.
Cynically but optimistically, I feel like we're in just the beginning of the worst. It's going to get worse, and then. But I think it's going to break, and it's going to not just magically roll back. It's going to take all of us. But
and it will be generational. I think.
Yeah, and it'll be, and I think out of that we will build, the a better updated system to now.
Yeah,
where you've got the massive problem we've got is these billionaires, and specifically the tech ones that are kind of mobilizing our conflict, as we talked about. They're archaically old laws for how to tax.
Right.
Where these guys keep just loaning themselves things, and they're like, I don't have money, I have debt. Like,
right.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
You keep loaning yourself, the only money you spend.
Yeah, well, that's a big thing. They always say, like, we're going to lower the income tax rate. We're going to raise the income tax of the upper 1%. They don't get income.
They've got
it's capital gains. Elon Musk makes $10,000 a year.
No,
This is capital gains tax.
Yeah, you have to sledgehammer it a little bit different. And I think that the ideal is in best overall dork nerd general analogy is Star Trek, where after a catastrophic conflict,
the Andromeda Uprising.
They is that what it was?
Yeah.
I don't know.
From which we got Colonel Green.
Okay, I don't know who that is. I'm not a fucking nerd.
Well,
so come on, I had to
No, that was the famous rule of threes.
Oh, okay.
Caesar, Lincoln, Colonel Green from the Andromeda Uprising. That was one of the classic,
the famous one.
That was one of the famous ones. Yeah, yeah,
that's great. But just
Shakespeare, Chaucer, Aurelius of Gamma 6. I love those.
The best one. I don't know if you saw one of Will Ferrell has done a class. What do you call it when you
master class?
No, when you address a graduating class.
Oh yeah, commencement speech.
Commencement. Thank you. He's done a few, and he did one where he came out and he's just in it's ridiculous, kind of 70s tennis outfit, and he's dancing to Celebrate by Kool and the Gang, and he's running out of steam, and he realizes he doesn't know anything, that he doesn't know what he's doing there, and he doesn't know what to talk about. And he's like, I'm sorry, and I think it's when he was shooting All Pro, so he's got that big, white guy afro. And he's like, I don't know the great writers. I haven't studied Shakespeare or Chaucer or Clancy. That made me laugh so. Fucking Clancy, his pot boiler, U.S. government worshiping novels.
I love. There was a woman I was on a plane once. She referred to her book as her Grisham. Would you help me get my Grisham? Sure.
I can't get. Been working through a particularly tough Grisham.
I left my Grisham at
growth.
the bus. I left my Grisham on the subway.
Sounds like a sickness. I've got a really bad Grisham.
Yeah, kids are up all night with the Grisham.
My husband helps me with my Grisham. He rolls me on my side. Oh, ma'am, I don't need to hear this. Only my husband knows how to work the kinks out of my Grisham.
I have a bad taste in my mouth.
Please.
Up all night with the Grisham.
You're making me feel... Oh. My hips get stuck. The only good thing for it is a good Grisham. Lady, we're on a train.
Hard Grisham all day. Oh my God. Help me get my Grisham.
That's we should go through and collect all of the old words. I still to this day think he kind of made this up, but that great scene in The Untouchables where Costner's on the he's just been everyone's laughing at him.
Mm-hmm.
See the bad bus, and he's on the bridge. And he's throwing a cigarette in the water, and then hey, and there's
Connery
in his he's still in his blues, and he's no littering or whatever, and he's like, what did I do? Tunk, and there's a gun, and he's like, hey, watch with Mahashka. Why are you packing a gun? Yeah. A Mahashka?
Yeah, I never heard that one either. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I remember, but that's a perfect.
Yeah. That might have also been
Chicago
Sean Connery trying to say Roscoe. Watch with Mahashka.
Could have been.
Roscoe. Stop. The word is stop. SCHTTOPPE. Stop.
But it's just
watch with the Mahashka.
We could find all the old a Grisham. A Grisham was for a very modeled old penis.
The Vapors.
Yeah. The Vapors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Watch with the Mahashka.
Yeah.
My favorite one is getaway sticks for legs.
Legs.
Oh, look at those getaway sticks. Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah. Oh, this is a gross one. But I'm gonna probably gonna have to edit this out because it's I'm blanking on his name. He was a Chicago guy.
A writer, a comedian, a politician.
City guy died at 40.
Del Close?
No, he died at 40 years old. He was from,
Del was old.
He's a big guy, very unhealthy, big drinker.
That doesn't narrow it down.
I know, Chicago guys. Yeah, Zulovic. But wow. Good. Nice. Yeah, Jim. So we'll cut all up to there.
Right.
But yeah, this guy, Jim Zulovic, had this, when you're basically pretending to be a creepy dude.
Right.
We've all done that.
Sure.
To each other, kind of and he's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do now? Go out to the bars, go get some squack.
I remember I was
so much. Pussy is already pretty bad.
Yeah.
Squack.
We were.
You heard it here first, folks.
I was
R.I.P. Jim.
driving home from the Shaker Mill Tavern in Stockbridge, Massachusetts, which is out by where you were.
Yeah.
Driving back to Boston. 5-hour drive for a gig. You drive 2.5 hours out from Boston, do the gig, drive back.
Wow.
I was 20 years old. I was with this other Boston comedian. I had to get up and go to my job the next morning at the MIT bookstore.
Okay.
And we're driving back and we're going through Springfield, and this guy goes, "Let's go to a strip joint." Sure. I'm going to say, he's driving. I'm just like, whatever you want to do, buddy.
Sure.
So we go in there for like an hour. It's pretty bleak. And then we're driving back and he goes, "Those girls are pretty roguey."
Roguey?
Roguey. I don't know.
Never
but he
heard
laughed
that
at himself for a good 40 minutes. Roguey.
That if you work with those guys that just they laugh at their own shit constantly.
Yeah. Well, they're really stoned.
That's a lot. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. They're really stoned.
That's true.
Yeah.
I work with a guy who like on a show, and he would like watch playback and go at himself. We go behind his back. We're all going, me.
Yeah. How about me?
I'm pretty. Did you see me? That was pretty great.
I love that.
Great.
Those people are out there.
Yeah, they are. They are. You have to be like that on some level.
I do. Well, I think when people say like, he's got it.
Yeah.
I think a large degree of it is self-love. An unhealthy amount of self-love.
I think that's true. I don't think
because
that's true.
they say that the motion picture camera is a machine that photographs you thinking.
Yeah, it's true.
And if you're thinking, God, I'm great.
It's true.
I think that might read.
That's a great point. It could be just that simple.
Yeah, naked confidence.
I did a movie a couple weeks ago, and we did a table read on a Zoom, and the lead, I was like watching her, and I don't think she's full of herself. She's very good looking, and very talented. But like, I remember watching it, and I had that thought of like, oh yeah, she's got that thing.
Yeah,
she's got that star quality.
Yeah,
you know.
And there are people that just like have it, and it's ever Javier Bardem.
Yeah,
that guy's on camera.
Yep,
you're gonna look at that guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know, it's just one of those.
Yeah, he will.
Sterling Hayden. If that guy's on camera. He's the only guy, Dr. Strangelove. Mm-hmm. He's on screen with Peter Sellers, and you're not looking at Peter Sellers, you're looking at him.
Yeah. Well, like my acting coach, shout out to Tom Draper, there's this exercise that he talks about where it's just called radiating, where you walk on stage and it's literally like a mental game where you're kind of like picturing yourself kind of shining,
right?
Kind of thing. You do it for certain roles,
right?
That of a king or something.
Sure,
like that.
yeah.
But you can do it, especially in ones where you are the focus. I want to say Art Carney. There's this famous story where he was Finnegan in Finnegan's Wake,
right?
Dead on stage the whole play,
right?
In a coffin, and famously, people could not stop looking at Art. They couldn't stop staring at his dead body. And like after the show, people were like, "What the fuck was that, Art? Why is everyone looking at you?" And he says, "Like, I'm radiating."
Wow!
And it's because it really is a thing. It really.
Oh,
is a thing.
I totally believe it. Yeah.
I really think your theory holds some serious water because it is a thing that, you know, I did a short with David Bory, who was on the show, where he plays a guy who works at a supermarket and hates it. It's called The Lot because he's always putting away shopping carts, and he was like, I love his honesty. He's like, I don't know how to act. You know how to act, you know? And I was just like, simplest thing I can tell you is just have the thought.
Yeah.
Have the thought. Don't tell your face to do shit. Your face.
Your
don't
face
will listen to your mind.
Have the thought.
You will show.
You want something, go get it.
You want the opposite of a poker face.
Yeah.
You know, you want your face to be evocative, but don't act.
Don't act with your
face.
Just
think. Just have the thought.
Think, yeah.
And he did it.
That's great. That's great advice.
Thanks. But it was like, well, I've never been. Hey, how do you do stand up?
Yeah, no, I know. It's like, but you're doing stand. You're on stage now. Yeah, I know. Weird, huh?
I had a friend who used to dabble in stand up in Chicago, and he'd be good for like a couple minutes, and then he just didn't have anything else. And he would like find me in the audience and go, "Braunger, what am I doing up here? Help me." I'm like, I can't. So
what am I doing?
One person thing, man. I can't.
What am I doing up here?
I can't throw you a line. I'm sorry.
That's amazing.
He's like literally like, what's next? Like we're alone in a room. It's like, you're in a crowded bar.
Yeah, what do I do?
Get off. Get off. Yeah.
Yeah, I always feel bad for those guys. Like if you get like 2 lines and you're up against like Nicholson or somebody who are just like, and can they tell instantly if you don't know what you're doing? I'm wondering.
I wonder if they even care.
Yeah.
You know, because I think they just kind of like, I'm going to worry about me.
Yeah.
And it's also the thing is, you know, acting is listening. It's not talking. So it's like,
yeah,
I'm just going to do my best.
I mean, like if you make
this guy's a turd, I'm going to polish him.
Right.
I'm going to make him look good.
If you make eye contact with them, that's half of it.
Yeah.
And so like, I think if I'm in a scene with you and I'm doing this,
mm-hmm.
which I've been in scenes with people like that, like, you know, right out of the gate, this person does not know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But if I make eye contact and I listen to you, they would at least think, well, all right, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because I'm thinking of Catherine O'Hara and God, Funniest Man Who Ever Lived, her husband and while Waiting for Guffman. Square jawed.
Her husband,
Fred Willard. Thank you.
So funny.
Well, when they're auditioning for the big show and they're mouthing each other's lines as they.
Fred was so funny and so nice.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
Yeah,
gosh, he did a Plan 9 Live once.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and he came in he wasn't even playing. Ed Wood is not a character in Plan 9, but he came in a pink sweater.
Oh wow!
Like he was.
That's
like
great.
He's a pro. He's like, what am I doing? I'm doing an Ed Wood movie. All right, I need a sweater. You know, like he came to do it.
I love how after his wife passed away, Jimmy Kimmel would just have him on all the time, just doing characters, and he was just like, he's like, great. This is a marvelous distraction.
Yeah.
Just show up and be this.
Did you ever see the old when Heston would come on Letterman as the GE executive?
No.
It was amazing.
Holy shit.
He wore like a short sleeve shirt with a pocket protector and a tie, and he would be like, I've got my eye on you, Letterman. And he was amazing. He was so funny. It was like, God bless him. And then he would like disappear, and then he would storm off, and then he would come back behind Letterman and like look at him. It's really great. He was great. He was great.
Yeah, I love stuff like that where you just see this guy off to the left doing something.
And I love those guys that they know, they get it, and they're willing to make fun of themselves and have fun. I'm sure that Heston was like, I'm an actor. I'm acting.
Yeah,
this is why I'm here. This is why I do.
And just to bring it back, because I don't want his legacy to be squack. Zulovic had a thing once where he was doing Second City main stage, and he had some character that was like he was always thinking people were going to talk behind his back or something like that. And then there's a scene an hour later, and these two people are talking on stage, and Zulovic in the wings. You only see his head staring at the back of his head with so much rage, and the audience, neither of these actors can see him, and the audience just starts cracking up, and the guy on cue is like, "No, I don't like," whatever. And it was that thing because I literally had this conversation today at an audition room, waiting to go in with this other actor talking about how improv when it's great when you've done it. It's the closest thing to ESP I've ever known.
Yeah.
Where this guy just went, oh, I remember he was that guy. He's staring at me, isn't he?
Yeah.
No, I don't like. And there's just this boom, and the laughter just kicks. It doesn't matter what he says after that.
Yeah.
But it was just.
I can't do it. And I was always amazed by ASCAT. Like I go out and do monologues and just watching those guys, and they're so good and they leave nothing. They're so amazing.
The way those guys think, like I had me and Kevin McGeehan, who's an old friend, who's a Second City guy and teaches for Second City. We wrote this show, and in it was this scene where we had this idea of this guy he's in a new apartment and he gets high and he's by himself, lives alone, and there's a knock on his door. This is a super hot chick, and you hear his thoughts the whole time.
Right.
And he was like, "My God, what is this?" She's like, "Can I come in? This is my old apartment." And she's like, got hot clothes on. And he's like, "Is this a fantasy? Is it porn?" And you hear his thoughts. And she's like, "Can I just hold your hands for a second?" He's like, "Oh my God, what's happening?" And she goes, "Will you pray with me?" And in his mind, he's like, no, fuck you, you bitch. You know, because she's just this Christian who got in the door, who knows if she lived there or not.
Pray with me.
But we pitched the idea to this guy, TJ Jagodowski, who's like, if you know improv, that guy's like the guy, like one of those guys who they tried to hire him for Second City so many times, but he literally has vertigo, where if he's not near a chair, he needs to be near a chair all the time because he'd fall down. So he gets the feeling and he'll sit. So he can do live shows, and he's been in movies. He's in the Ice Storm with that comedy. Yeah, I'm talking about, not the one about the key party, the ice something.
That's what I was thinking of.
Anyway, but he plays a small
Ice Age.
No,
that's also a key party.
It's a comedy. It's a noirish comedy. Anyway, but we were just pitching the idea to like going through the beats. And, you know, there's a high dude. Right?
Yeah.
The character high dude. And she's like, will you pray with me? And his idea was to go, awesome to who? And I was like, where do you think? My brain never would have gone to he's still not accepting that it's not going to be this. We're not only going to fuck, we're going to pray to some weird dark god. This chick's freaky, man. To who? Doesn't even occur to him that it's like to Jesus. They could just take this dumb little piece of clay and make this thing. Yeah.
If anybody ever asked me to pray, who we praying to?
Who we praying to? We going up or down? Material wealth and eternal damnation, or just some?
I love those small. We were talking the movie Sinners.
Yeah.
I saw Sinners with Bob Goldthwait, and at the end of the movie, he turned to me and he goes, "Is this true?"
It is. I will say, I don't talk at movies, but I go with a couple comics. The little.
Yeah.
We know how to talk very quietly.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're just, but it's like, I do love the shit that we'll just come up with. What if this happened? What if this, you know? Yeah.
It's so small. It's so perfect. Is this true?
Did that happen?
It's so small.
That opening, it's almost like a "Let's go out to the lobby."
Yeah,
that's always at the Vista. Where it's
right.
Like, yeah. Bubbling soda.
Yeah.
Sax
from like 1972.
This one guy used to go, "Yes!" like right at the end.
There's a comedian named Bob Nickman who did this bit because I like to. I'm not a musician, but I do want to sing one of my favorite songs for you right now. This is the General Cinemas theme song. Perfect. It's so great.
Yeah, it all goes back to George Carlin's stifled laughter is the best laughter.
Yep.
Kneeling in front of a casket. Yeah.
Yep. Laugh when you can't laugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. And that's the whole secret of everything. You want to cry in a movie? Try not to cry.
Yeah.
You want to play drunk? Try to play sober.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. White collar drunk. Lenny Bruce's.
Yep. I think it's about time the house brought around.
Oh, Jesus, mister, you just got here. You son of a bitch, you.
My dog has a catamaran. Yeah, I think it's about time.
You think I'm drunk, don't you? No, mister, you look perfectly sober. You goddamn right I am. It's
still funny. 1962. Still funny. You goddamn right I am.
Beautiful suit, buff nails, whacked out of their skull.
You look so.
I have that whole bit memorized.
Goddamn right I am. I love it. I think it's about time the house brought around. You just got here.
It's time the house brought around. Last thing I'll say, but yeah, like it is. If someone says something very funny and very silly like that at the bar, like if you sat down and like, don't you think it's time the house brought around? You know, there's a guy that made me the dumbest thing. I went and I had a cocktail before I went and did the show in Alexandria, Virginia, where I was last weekend. And this guy just walks in and he just goes, "Do you have I fucked it up. It's a nice cocktail bar. Do you have Monster energy drink?" The guy's like, "What?" And he's like, "Monster. There's like claws on the side." And he's like, "No." He's like, "Can you make it?" And then his friend came in, and they were like, his friend knew the bartender. He's like, "This is my ass." Oh, he's like, "Oh, you fuck." And I'm like, that is so fucking funny. Those places where they just like, just a hint of lemon and a slight dab of a banana peel.
Yeah, shave lemon.
Do you have Monster? Like a guy our age. What? That's what you want? Shit'll kill you, man.
Monster Energy drink.
Is there anything you want to plug before you go?
Yeah, I'm going to be at, when is this going on?
Probably 3 weeks.
November, at some point in November, I'll be at the Punchline in San Francisco.
Okay,
in the middle of the month. One of my favorite clubs in the country.
God bless Molly.
I think the first time it was one of the first like road gigs I did in my career. It's, I kind of grew up on that stage.
Yeah.
So I always love going back there. It's always a strange feeling.
Yeah.
Because like I was a boy on this stage.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing that and some other, I'm around Dana Gould and everything.
Okay. Yeah. And honestly, if you haven't checked out Dana Gould's podcast, the Dana Gould Hour, it's more than an hour.
Yeah, it's more than an hour. And I have a little show called Hanging with Dr. Z on YouTube.
Very funny as well. Very funny
I like to describe it as beautifully stupid.
I like that. Did you also coin the phrase for your podcast, free and worth it?
Well, I don't know if I coined it, but I guess I did coin it.
Free and worth it.
Yeah, and Tom Kenny delivers the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Free and worth it.
Tom Kenny is a deliverer.
He comes to play.
Yeah, he does.
I'm very lucky because I started out with Tom that I have access to his talent.
Yeah.
Because he's no easy get.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
SpongeBob himself.
Yeah. And he ends it. I think it's an old radio sign off at the end. He goes, "Tom Kenny speaking."
Yeah.
It's an old radio sign.
Yeah, I always like that because I was just like, he had to put his button on it. I'm not going to be anonymous.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. So thanks for coming on the show.
Of course. This is awesome. Thank you.